Hey guys, welcome back to Tarot of the Soul. Welcome to everybody. I hope you're doing really well. So this is going to be a video about the Divine Masculine and how the Divine Masculine is feeling towards the Divine Feminine. So in terms of liking, subscribing, all that jazz, you guys know what to do, but I will let you know if anybody does want a private reading or to get in contact with me. My email and Instagram are down below. So just in case you guys don't know why a lot of people do readings about how Divine Masculine is feeling towards the feminine. Some do feminine towards the masculine. Why it's predominantly how the masculine is feeling towards the feminine. It's because in the twin flame dynamic, so to speak, the Divine Feminine is the one that is doing the chasing. So the Divine Feminine is the conscious part of the soul, and the Divine Masculine is the unconscious part of the soul. And that's not to put it in any offensive way. You're both one soul. So if you're evolving, you're becoming enlightened, so to speak, or you're connecting with your soul and you're being present, then that person is also going to be doing that, but it's not going to look the same way as when you are doing it, if that makes sense. So it's going to be a pick a card reading. I want to get straight into it as soon as possible. This is going to be pile 1, 2, and 3. Show you these a little bit closer. For pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. All right. So I'm going to get started. So see how the masculine is feeling about the feminine for pile 1 and what you can do to help manifest, so to speak, this person in your life or draw them to you. So these readings are great because they will help you see how detached you are to this person and what you need to do based on what cards come through. So first here we've got Temperance. It's great so far. Wow, the Knight of Cups. We've got the Five of Wands in reverse. Got here Observer. All right, I feel like I'm just going to start with those cards right off the bat and then we'll get into the other ones. But this is really good energy because it helps you see where you're at in terms of your progress with the masculine. So if how the masculine is feeling towards you is temperance, that means that he's feeling really balanced. And that really means it's props to you, basically. It means that you are balancing your masculine and female energy. It's like you may know the purpose of this connection. And I feel like for a lot of people, it's very romanticized and, you know, they're just trying to attain this other person and they're just, you know, obsessing about how they can get this person. But the reality is, let's just say you're out in the street and someone comes up and they start chasing you. You're most likely to run away from that person rather than stop and listen to what that person wants to say, because you may think that that person is just being really crazy. And that's kind of the same in this situation. So if as the feminine, and you would be the feminine if you're watching this reading, because the Divine Masculine just wouldn't even think about the twin flame concept in the same way. They may know they have a connection to you, but they just wouldn't be, you know, thinking of it in such a conceptualized way. It means that, as I said, you're really balancing out your energies. I feel like you are getting in touch with the spiritual journey and you are more focused on yourself than attaining this person. It's like you may be focusing on yourself and feeling really balanced and content and happy in your life, and you're just confident that whatever's going to happen and whatever needs to happen is going to happen, which is great. It's like you know your own sense of purpose. And when that happens and you know that and you feel comfortable and you're not frantic and you're not chasing that person and you just turn around in the street and walk a different way, that is when this person will start to come towards you. So I've got here the Knight of Cups. So this person is feeling love towards you, which tells me that you are feeling love towards yourself. Or it tells me you're not super attached to this person giving you love. You don't think if this person doesn't love me or come into my life or be with me that, I'm going to die. So when you see this person in this card coming towards you, they want you in their life. This person's feeling the urge to come towards you. It essentially means that you have got in touch with your own purpose. You've got in touch, with your soul. And it's just funny that people do romanticize the connection so much, because the twin flame is the soul. Like, people talk about the soul split into two. So that really means that you're one. So everything I'm reading here about how they feel about you, this is essentially how you feel, and things that you're doing, you are just more conscious about it. So they're feeling a lot of love towards you, which tells me that you are not super attached to this connection right now. You're working on yourself. You're probably focusing on your own life purpose, meditating, healing. So normally upright, this is somebody who I feel like they feel like they need to fight really hard. So if this was upright and you're in a relationship and this person felt like this towards you, they'd be feeling like, they are willing to fight for this connection, but that it's really hard and they have to fight, a lot of people. They need to fight and come through a lot of obstacles in order to get to you. I feel like if you were kind of texting this person, messaging them, everything like that, I feel like that has really just stopped at this point. I feel like that's why they're coming towards you, because it's like you're not fighting this, you're not resisting everything so much. If you try to message them or call them and say, hey, do you want to be with me? And they're like, no, you're not persisting to fight or be really angry or force something to happen. It's like you're just doing you. So I've got here observer. So say this person before maybe wasn't really concerned with what you were doing. Now this person is suddenly, observing you, or they're observing your life. They're starting to notice you more in a way that they didn't notice you before. They may not have been really thinking about the situation before or having any kind of connection with you. But now we've got Temperance, so now they're feeling really balanced in their energy. They're feeling balanced in a way that they could come forward with the Knight of Cups and, offer you love. They don't feel like so much resistance and, intense, fiery energy. They don't feel like they need to escape the connection. All right. I love this deck, Oracle of Shadows and Light by Lucy Cavendish. It's awesome. So we've got here Voodoo in blue, back off. So that literally just confirms what I was saying. Maybe before, if you were messaging, calling this person, going around to their house, that was acting as, a repellent, so to speak. And often even for the chaser, the person who is doing the messaging and the calling, they start to feel bad because they're messaging, calling this person who's not replying. And then they start to, feel bad within themselves. Like, I must not be a great person if this person is not responding to me. So I can see here with back off that's exactly what you've done. It's like you've backed off from trying to, attain this person and obsess over this person, and instead you're just acting as the observer. If you think about this person, you're not like, oh my God, I have to be with them. If you think about them, you're not getting these like extreme feelings and extreme emotions. You're just observing. You're just observing the thoughts, and then you're just like going about your day, which is really, really good, because that's why this person wants to come towards you, like I said, in the now. That's why they're probably seeing you in a better light and feeling good towards you and wanting to come forward. So let's see a message. Love can never be lost or destroyed. These are just some messages that I wrote. So this is really about acknowledging that if you're one with this person, you're one soul. What you have with this person can never be lost. Nothing can happen, no circumstance or person can get in the way to destroy it, except for you, because you are that person. So you wouldn't be stressing and you wouldn't be worrying about the connection and what's going to happen. If you're not stressing and you just have faith that what will be, it's like you don't even care whether this person comes back into your life or not. You're so confident that this is your twin flame, that thought alone is giving you this sense of peace that you can still have this connection whether you are with that person or not. It's like if you have a friend that lives, a million miles away. It's not that you don't love that person if they've moved away. The connection is still there. People focus so much on the physical, but this is a soul connection. It's like a spiritual soul journey. And if you say you have a spiritual connection with someone, spiritual does not mean physical. It doesn't mean when we want somebody physically to be with us, that is attachment. They're two completely different energies. So I drew a twin flame shadows card to see what else you could do to help draw in this person something you may need to let go of. So I've got here unstable. So that could be something you've released or something that you need to release. But we've got here with temperance, this person is feeling good towards you in that way. So I don't feel like that you are unstable, but maybe you're feeling like this person is unstable in a way. Maybe you are feeling like you are the feminine awakened part of the connection and they are the unawakened part, but you're not actually recognizing the oneness in the connection. There could just be some residual, thoughts. As I said, if you were chasing this person in a very extreme way, it may be an energy that they did feel towards you. They may have felt this energy of you being, unstable or not accepting things the way that they are. It may just be a message of, keep in the current energy. Don't go back to being in a place of imbalance. Don't go back to a place of not trusting the journey, not trusting, letting go. Don't freak out and think if I detach from this person. And it's not detaching that you don't care about the person. It's that you're detaching from the outcome. You're detaching and saying to yourself, I'll be fine even if I'm not with this person. It's like if you feel doubt creeping in, just remind yourself that if you push with this intense energy towards them, they are going to pull back, and that's probably the opposite, of what you want. But overall, I feel like they're feeling quite good towards you. So I hope that you liked this reading, and thanks for being a part of it. All right, so pile number 2. Let's see. How is your twin flame feeling towards you? Let's see what the deal is. So I've got here the Judgment in reverse. 8 of Wands upright. Twin flame. Some pretty awesome cards that we've got. Okay. I feel like kind of like pile one, this person is feeling really good towards you. I feel like you've kind of figured out that you don't have to do anything specific to get this person in terms of chasing them and effort. This card can be seen as, you know, something to do with karma, but judgment in a basic sense, you know, upright can mean that you're judging someone. In the reverse, it may mean that you're not judging someone, you're not even thinking about that, you're not even looking at them and judging them for the way they are, you're not judging them for the decisions that they're making, you're not so fixated on what they're doing. I feel like if in the past you felt like this person was judging you and your actions or things that you were saying, or you felt like there was a lot of negative emotions in your connection or relationship or whatever it was, I don't feel like those things are there at present. With the Eight of Wands, this is can be about travel. For me, it's more about communication, but ultimately it's fire energy. It's very quick forward movement. So especially tied with the twin flame card, this person, you know, may not be thinking like you are their twin flame, but it's like they know that there is some connection there. There's some reason, there's some pull, there's something that's making them want to come back. It could be if you've been focusing on yourself and you're feeling you're feeling whole without this person, you're not fixating on them, you've let go, you're doing your own thing, and you know that you're whole. That's creating this person to come back so that you can be in what people call the physical union. I feel like this person is definitely wanting to communicate towards you. It's like they may not have spoke to you for the longest time, maybe even years. I don't see any kind of timeline. You know, like if you don't speak to them for 5 years, it's not your twin flame or any of that crap. It honestly just depends if you are connecting with yourself, with your soul, basically. So I feel like this person may have been not thinking about you at all, and then it's like all of a sudden there's been this quick, sharp shift. It's like all of a sudden they're just like start thinking about you out of nowhere. Like I said, they may have even thought, oh, they don't want to be with you. You know, they may have said, oh, I don't want to talk to you. You know, they may have ghosted you, whatever it is. Whatever stereotypical things, you know, tend to happen, you know, in connections that go badly or when there is like a push-pull kind of dynamic. Now this person's all of a sudden, they're feeling like this strong urge to just like contact you. Like they just want to message you, they want to email you, they want to call you, they want to see you. It's like they want to be one with you. It's really, like I said with pile one, it's just props to you and, you know, what you have been doing. You have been obviously doing really well at, you know, detaching and not making this connection your sole focus. You obviously have other shit going on. You've obviously been really present in the moment. You're not holding on to this like it's a do or die kind of, you know, connection. All right, let's see what we've got for Oracle of Shadows and Light. The Three Witchy Sisters, the Power of Three. So, with this, I see that there could have been some kind of obstacle between you and this individual. You know, they may be with someone else or you may be with someone else, and you may have been viewing this as, you know, a negative thing, but it's like now you may have turned that around and you may have been viewing it as a positive thing. You may think, I don't even care who they're with, I'm not even concerned. It's like you may feel like you are in your power regardless of whether there was some kind of third party influence in your connection, whether that be a person, a job, a negative belief, whatever it is. I feel like you are genuinely not fixated on that at all. This says the power of 3. So there's power in that. You could also be, they could see you, working towards your passion, hanging out with your friends, spending time with your family. You may be in another, connection, and they may see that, you are happy in the current predicament that you're in. And that, like I said, that letting go, that turning around going into your own direction is what has made this person want to just, snap their fingers. And it's like they've just had this like epiphany, just like overnight. It's just like this instant, shift. It's like this sudden realization that now it's like they just want to be with you. See what message I've got. You're not doing your life purpose. So before, when you were in contact with this person or when you met this person, you may not have known, what your purpose was. You may not have been doing what you want to do. Now it's like you figured out what you want to do. You're collaborating with other people. You are looking into, different hobbies, different things. You're connecting from within. You're not looking to outside circumstances to, figure this out. It's like you're not in the mind right now. So I feel like that's causing this person to not judge you. They want to come towards you. They see you doing your own thing. You weren't living your purpose before, now you are. You've connected with yourself. Now this person wants to connect with you because you're one. So something you could do in order to further draw in this person misguided. So we've got here, there's a light in the background. Ultimately, be your own light. Know that external factors don't dictate your journey. You don't need any kind of validation from the outside world that you're doing the right thing, that this person is your twin flame, anything to that effect. Just stay on the path, be your own light, do what you're doing. Especially getting the twin flame card, I see this as a really strong indication that union is absolutely on the rise for you. You're being your own light instead of making them your light. Now you are fixated more on your purpose. And that is definitely going to be the draw that, brings this person in. So thanks heaps for watching this reading. I'm going to get into pile number 3 now. Let's see how your masculine is feeling. So Queen of Swords in reverse. 6 of Swords in reverse. Dark Night of the Soul. So when I see these cards, I ultimately see them as things that you're both going through. I'm not just fixating solely on the other person. As I've said in the first 2 piles, you are one soul. I feel like this does have a very different energy from the first 2 piles. So with the Queen of Swords in reverse, I feel like they may see you as somebody that's trying to manipulate the situation. You may be telling them reasons why they should be with you in a relationship. I feel like there's a lot of stagnant energy here. I feel like that you, the person watching, are quite stuck, because with Dark Night of the Soul, it tells me that there's a lot of discord in the connection. If this person thinks about you, there's a lot of triggers that are coming up. There's a lot of, I'm feeling like negative energy going on. And it doesn't mean that they're feeling pain the way you're feeling pain because you're separated or anything like that. It may just be that they're not really thinking about this connection. It's like, I don't see that it's kind of moving forward in any way. It's like a very stuck kind of energy. And that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's all that it means and that it's doing is that it's telling you that you're too much in the mind right now. If this person's not feeling good towards you, it's because you're not feeling good towards this connection. You're not feeling good, within yourself. You're not living in the present moment and feeling happy. It just means that you're focusing too much, with the mind, trying to conceptualize this whole connection. Like, where is this going? Why doesn't this person want to be with me? What am I doing wrong? Just focusing. Maybe watching too many of these readings. Too much mixed information from other people about, twin flames and this whole kind of journey, and not trusting how you feel from within. You may know that you thinking about this connection and wanting to be with this person is causing you pain. You may know that this person doesn't feel good towards you. They're not replying to you. They're not talking to you. You don't have a great connection with this person. Maybe when you talk to them, it's a lot of arguing, things like that. And you know deep down that it's like you probably don't feel good and you don't want to be in that energy. But it's like you're just very scared of detaching from the outcome. It's like maybe you haven't come to that point yet where you haven't accepted that you'll be fine without this person in your life. And that, I feel like that doesn't mean, I feel like if you have truly detached, you're not going to be thinking about it. But in my opinion, I don't think it means that you're saying you don't want, like, to be with this person, you don't want to connect. It's just you're not attached to the outcome. When you acknowledge that you're one with this person, so you're with this person no matter what happens, you won't focus so much on the physical person anymore, and then that person will come into your reality. So it's really just about a conscious, shift. I mean, if you feel like this person's stuck on your mind and you're obsessing about them and you can't get out of your head, then I would try to use that to my advantage. I would try to use my thoughts to help me get in touch, with myself. Maybe you try things like affirmations. Say to yourself, I trust this connection. I trust that whatever's going to happen is going to happen. And then when you start thinking things like that, that might help you, it may shift you into the present moment, because then you're going to relax. You're not going to be stressed. You can let go of these, negative thoughts. So then you'll naturally shift into the present. And when you shift into the present, you're not thinking about this so much, then that's when the magic will happen. Perfect. A time for spirit. Could not have got a better card. So it's time for spirit. It's time to, realize that when you've come into this person's life or they've come into your life, it's for the purpose of you connecting with your spirit. And a lot of, I know other, spiritual teachers in the community say this, and I couldn't agree more. If your twin flame didn't come into your life and trigger you and make you feel all these, negative emotions and all this kind of stuff, you probably wouldn't have started meditating, looking into spirituality, healing. It's like you wouldn't have done this work, at least not in the same way, if this person hadn't come into your life. So this person here is meditating. They're getting in touch with themselves. If you sit down, you try to meditate, I don't think it has to be, I feel like you need to kind of get out of your mind, but you don't have to sit still and meditate like this. You can go out, go for a walk. Lots of people do walking meditations, dancing meditations. I would try to pay attention to, while you're meditating, if your thoughts are kind of just going round and round and you feel like you can't get out of the mind, I would focus on the sensations in my body, focus on, your heart beating. Try to really feel your body, feel into the experience. If thoughts come up, just don't analyze them, don't think anything about it. If you start thinking, oh, what am I going to have for dinner tonight? Don't think like, oh shit, I shouldn't be thinking this. Just let the thoughts just come and go as they're going to. It's about not being in resistance. So I've got here a message. I regret not choosing you. I didn't feel good enough. So when I see this message, I would kind of put that back onto you because you're one soul. So I feel like you, the person watching, will have regret if you don't focus on you. It's like if you are chasing them and they're not replying, you're messaging them and they're not answering, you are not going to feel good enough within you, and you're not going to feel good enough for this connection. You're going to be putting that person on a pedestal, which is just not going to attract them, and it's not going to make you feel good either. So this is something that you need to let go of in order to attract them, which makes sense. And it's got here repelled. So if you're fixated on them and you think you hate the way they're acting and you are repelled by them and their energy, that is not going to attract them either. If you're thinking anything about them in a negative way, if you're just thinking about them all the time, period, that's going to be repelling them from coming into your energy. So again, this reading may seem like it's a little bit more negative, but to me, I see it as very positive. The cards that come out are just showing you how detached you are to the outcome. And based on these cards, it would be beneficial for you to focus more on yourself. You know, the spiritual journey, which to get in touch with spirit is to go within. It's to do with you. Start with the internal, and then that will affect your outer reality. And at the end of the day, if you don't kind of believe what I'm saying, or it's not resonating, to me it's not about whether you believe it or not. I kind of just see it as, if you're trying everything to get this person to be with you and it's not working, then why not just try detaching and see what happens, because you've got nothing to lose. So anyway, thanks so much guys for watching. I hope to have another video up really soon. Let me know down below if this resonates and what you guys think, and I'll see you soon. All right, bye.